I'm Debbie Carr, Executive Director of Utah Pet Partners. If you're like me, you are so ready to get back to visiting with your animals again. Unfortunately, COVID is still out there and it's not safe. So I have had us talk with the therapist that I visit with at my nursing home, and we decided to start some virtual visits. And it was so fun and really so easy that I wanted to show you how to do it. You guys sit down so that you can start also. COVID is going to be with us a little bit longer. Not forever, but a little bit longer. And so the people that we are visiting are, they're in need of dog visits probably more than any other time in history. So I'm hoping that you can take the information that I give you today and maybe start some therapy visits with your dogs or cats or other animals right away. It is not very hard. First thing you need to do is talk with the staff that you work with at your facility and start setting up a Zoom or other kind of FaceTime, another kind of visit. And then go in your house and find a suitable background. I chose a background that has a picture of my dogs and a family, something that I would like to share with the clients that I've visited and know with in the nursing home for a long time. Another important thing that you'll need to be aware of is your lighting, because you want to have lots of good bright light in front of you, but not behind you. So don't visit in front of a window. Backlighting will cause wash out the color in your face and your dog's face, and all they'll see is just a black silhouette. And so you want to have either a very nice bright light behind your computer or tablet, or a ring light. And I got a ring light from Amazon with a little gadget that you can put your phone on. So if you want to film with your phone, you can just screw that into the tripod that also comes. I got the whole deal for less than $30. The ring light, the gadget, and the tripod. Jen, could I show them the ring light? This is the ring light. It just plugs into the wall, and it has places where you can turn it on or off, make it lighter or darker, and you can change the tone. So Jen can plug it in and you can see how you can change the tone and the brightness of the light. I want to focus the camera on my animals, not on me, because they don't really want to see. But you can see how the different colors of the light change what you see. Now, can you sit down? Yes? Thank you. All the way down. Sit down. I haven't forgotten. When we first started visiting, the dogs had to be fed pretty much continuously, and they had a hard time paying attention. But now they've learned that they are going to be fed pretty much continuously. I save their breakfast and I feed it to them during our visit so they can keep their focus. And maybe we'll show some tricks or something. But they're pretty much focused on me, and they've learned to wait just a few minutes in between treats, haven't you? Yeah. And they'll look in the direction that I ask them to, because they'll be looking at the treats. Yes. What good boys you are. So you'll want to have some really good yummy treats. I just have a small table in front of me. I like to use my laptop. It has a camera on it, and I can just run Zoom from that. But after our last visit, I thought, I'd kind of like to have a webcam, and that sounds terribly technological for me, because I'm not a technology person. But I found this little webcam on Amazon for $20, $19.99, and it came with a little teeny tripod, so I can set it up on the tripod and tilt it or I can just clip it on my computer. And it's cool because the little tripod unscrews. And after our last visit, the therapist and I were experimenting with what works best and found that I could just set it on the table and it's at eye level with my dogs, and it gives a really fun close view that clients rarely have otherwise. Are you thinking you'd like another treat? Okay, sit down. Tell me. You want another treat? Okay, sit down please. Thank you. All the way. That's a good boy. You want to groom yourself and your animal. Have your therapy animal shirt on. John has just been groomed for a visit. Maybe Henry not so much and Thomas not really. But you'll want to make them as nicely groomed as possible for your virtual visits, though they won't have to have a bath to come and visit since nobody will be petting them or smelling them. So you can position them on the couch like I have my boys here, or down on the floor, or if you have a big dog up on an ottoman. A small dog could be on an ottoman. They could be on the floor. You could sit with them on the floor, or you could sit with them on the bed. Whatever works for you and what is going to be comfortable for a good, nice, long, hour-long visits that they can stay and have a good time with you. I've talked, some people like to use a tablet for their visits because your tablet will have a camera on it, and it's a nice way to film your animals and interact with the clients. Your staff that you work with can take a tablet from room to room in whatever facility that you're visiting in, and you can have just a little face-to-face interaction with the people on the tablet that they hold. If you're using a tablet to film with your animal, you may want to have a stand. Stands are not too expensive. When I was a teacher, I made a little stand for an easel, a table easel for my kids with disabilities, in just out of a box. And you just kind of cut the side and the top of the box, fold it in, tweak it, tape it, reinforce it with another piece of cardboard, and you've got a tablet stand that you can just set down on the table, and that will hold your tablet all the time that you're filming. So we've talked about the tablet and tablet stand, your computer, your ring light, a tripod, a webcam. Those, really all you need is a tablet or a computer to do this with your staff. Now, when you work with your staff, I'm hoping that you'll be as lucky as I have to have a staff member who's really good at facilitating the interaction. It seems to work better because they're right there with the clients. John, Henry, Thomas. But the interaction's pretty much what we do usually. Follow the lead of the client. Our last visit, we had a client who saw my 3 sitting here. John, good boy. And he said, "Oh, that reminds me of the dog I used to have, Henry." And we said, "Oh, what kind of dog was that?" I did notice that the questions that the staff answered got better responses than the questions that I answered. So you may need to coach your staff into how to follow the client's lead. They may be experts at it themselves. Many of them are. And talk about the pets the client has had. Talk about, how big they were. How did they get that animal? How did it come to live with them? What was it grooming like? What was its fur like? What did it look like? What color was it? And then when the client runs out of talking about their own animals, then you can talk about our animals. Well, what kind of dog is that? And what kind of grooming do you have to do for them to come and visit? Do they do special chores at home? These are herding dogs. they don't herd right now, but their own, their chores are being therapy dogs and learning to be therapy dogs. But they also like to chase children, and they enjoy the chickens that we have outside. Sit down. There we go. You can talk about the animals. You can offer some interaction with the clients yourself, but on the visits that I've done so far, the person that's right there in the room with the client is getting more interaction than I am, but they're focusing their interaction on the animals, and that's what's helpful. Thank you so much for being with us. I hope you will try some virtual visits with your animals. My boys are getting a little bit tired because we filmed this twice, and they're going, okay, what is with this? And so they're a little bit more jumpy than they were on the first filming. But I hope you'll try this. Realize that our number one job is to keep our animals happy and take care of them first and foremost. But we can make a big difference in virtual visits. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.